and over here. He's expecting for some reason his opponent to expand in the bottom left of the map, in that general area, in that direction, but hasn't scouted the top right where Incontrol has actually expanded to, so that's a shame. In the meantime, changing location with his Marine group, and putting down bunkers at his natural. I think that's a smart thing to do if you're not overly confident with your multitasking and your map control and dominance. In the meantime, Lurker's burrowing in here. This is going to be quite a bloody little fight here. Losing a lot of Marines here, but he's going to be able to kill the Lurker, and he's going to be able to shut down that drone as well. So nicely played by Shaman. I think that little attack really worked out in his favor, even though he's going to lose his last pocket of troops. Trying to dance, this is cute, trying to dance the firebat around, but to no avail, and losing the medics. So at least he managed to shut down this expansion, that's the main thing. In the meantime, drones being transferred over to the top right, going to be able to secure that nice and easy at the top right. In the meantime, Shaman putting down a supply depot just to advance, warning himself on any expansions down the bottom left. Having a look back at base here for Incontrol, he's upgrading +1 armor, he's 1 carapace, and he's got lurkers heading out through the midfield, going to try and contain. The contain's not going to be successful for very long now that we've got tanks up in the field. Science vessels being created here, and siege being researched as well. 4 barracks, and 2nd engineering bay. We're going to get upgrades streaming in fairly nice now. Well, let's have a look at upgrades. We've got +1 weapons versus +1 armor. So that's typical style for Zerg versus Terran. Putting on the expansion at the 12 o'clock as well. So Incontrol trying to stay ahead in terms of economy. He hasn't got a hive yet, and I'd like to see him get a hive before long. He's got a spire now. He's going to need the spire for scourges mainly, and he's got +1 ranged weapons being upgraded. So we're probably going to be seeing a bit of a Hydralisk Lurker combination at really high level of TVC. It's not really the most reliable combination, but this is foreign play. Sometimes you can get away with it. Shaman so far has played fairly solidly. He's made a few suboptimal plays, but I mean far better than most of the players out there, and obviously very deserving of a spot in the qualifiers. Looking at the economy and just the troop count and so forth, I would actually say Shaman has an advantage. I mean, Incontrol's on 68 supply only, Shaman's on 90. Shaman's got a vessel out, and we're seeing no sign at all of a hive from Incontrol. For those reasons, I'm going to say that that Shaman really has an advantage here. But it's going to matter. Tactics out in the midfield are going to matter now. This is the all-important push through the center of the map. He's got a huge blob of troops though, and let's have a look back at upgrades. What have we got coming along the way? +2 weapons on the way. We've got a 5th barracks being planted down. More science vessels. Oh, you've even got a dropship, so that'll be useful as well. But here comes the push. Incontrol knows that he can't stop it, so really losing those links there. Pulling back with the lurkers. He's going to need some support, but what has he got in support? He's got more Hydralisks, he's got more lurkers. That's not really going to cut it. Those 3 tanks and plenty of Marines should be able to do it with decent micromanagement. Losing the vessel, almost losing the vessel there from the Hydralisk, moving in, trying to just snipe it, but luckily Shaman pulling back. And almost went in for a really bad push there in the face of, what, 6 lurkers? This is a much better play, standing back, using the scan, rather than sending the vessel, which I believe he's lost now. Rather than using the vessel, because he's got so many Hydralisks there, just scan. He's got so much scan built up, I believe. And he's got to avoid this, he's got to avoid that sniping. Nice play there by Incontrol, just sniping the tanks wherever he can with Hydralisks. And he knows that every tank he kills is going to delay that push, allow him to get more time. He's building a lot of lurkers here, so really relying on mass lurkers and upgrading his lurkers wherever possible. What he really needs is defilers to stop this kind of thing. Otherwise, he's just going to be up against this wall of Marines. And once you've got that critical mass of upgraded Marines, it doesn't really matter how many lurkers you've got. In a situation like this where there's a choke point, well, not really a choke point, but a restricted area in which you can flank. Really nice position there by Shaman. And losing that tank, but he has killed a lot of troops there, and now throwing down the defense matrix, moving in, spreading out his Marines, trying to snipe the lurkers here. More lurkers coming in to reinforce, and now pulling back. Good decisions there, and good thinking on his feet there by Shaman, taking the kills while the opportunities were there, and then pulling back once they weren't. And now it's time to move the tanks in, put the pressure on. He's keeping his troop count up. He's done some decent macro. He's got his barracks flashing with most of them, and plenty of resources pumping in. I think he's supply blocked at the moment. But looking back at this, yeah, just surrounding the lurkers, and that's going to be it. Managed to break through, and he's just running out of lurkers on the other hand, Incontrol is. And once those tanks get in range of that bridge and those second colonies, that's going to be it. So, unfortunately, even though they're upgraded and he's done very well here, it's just not enough to deal with that slow tank push, which is secluded between the... well, secluded, I'm not sure if that's the right word, which is just wedged between this river and these walls here. And once the reinforcements arrive, and they're streaming in now, we've got more vessels on the way. There's another 2. And he's just building more backup base. So that's really what it's come down to. Hasn't really needed so much. Oh, he's put a drop in over here as well. Sorry guys, I actually missed that. Put in a drop over at the 12 o'clock location. Didn't manage to take down this expansion up here. It's more defended with Hydralisks, but that drop, sorry guys that I missed that. That was in the meantime a very good play. In the meantime, he's got a couple of expansions of his own going down. So once those get up and running, it's really going to be a dominant effort here by the Terrans. Scourge looking for that vessel pulling back, taking them out, and this looks to be a very aggressive push in. Shaman can smell the victory here. He's just really rushing in, and that's going to be it. Too many Marines. The Lurkers haven't finished morphing yet, and just absolutely obliterate anything. GG from Incontrol. Really nice. Well played by Shaman.